Welcome to this edition of the Tactics Guide. Today, we're gonna focus on tactical items, with an overview on the basics of throwables and how to use them. This is must-know stuff on your path to becoming a legend in the Dark Zone. There are currently 10 different throwables in the Dark Zone. Frags, offensive grenades, and shock grenades deliver a burst of damage, while Molotovs and tear gas create an area of effect that inflicts damage over time. There are also tactical grenades that'll give you the upper hand in combat. Smokes, flashbangs, stun grenades, and decoys. These throwables produce the most obvious effect. Their explosions are effective at injuring and killing opponents, and they're well suited for attacking enemies hiding behind cover or inside rooms. There are currently 4 explosive throwables in the Dark Zone that will directly damage anybody caught in their path. The M67 frag, MK2 frag, GHO2 offensive grenade, and the T13 shock grenade. Frag grenades scatter shrapnel in all directions upon detonation, dealing damage to any body parts in the way. There's a high chance of inflicting wounds and busting any nearby eardrums too. Offensive grenades only deal damage within the blast radius, including those behind cover, although damage is greatly reduced in that case. Damage from offensive grenades also ignores armor. Shock grenades deal massive damage to armor within their small blast radius. M67 frag grenades have a larger blast range, but a weaker armor-piercing effect. The MK2 has a larger area of effect and much stronger armor piercing, making it great against entrenched enemies. Not only can the GHO2 penetrate cover to deal damage, it also ignores armor, inflicting equal damage across the entire body. It's not a damage powerhouse like some other grenades though. The T13's blast is triggered upon impact. It deals high damage to armor, but it has a smaller blast radius and low penetration. These throwables are mainly used to limit the enemy's options. When surrounded by enemies, especially an elite squad, Molotov cocktails and tear gas can be used to delay their attack, buying you valuable time to heal up and reload when attacking enemies inside a room. These throwables are better than grenades at forcing your opponent to move in a certain direction. Molotovs have a large area of effect, with their burn lasting over 15 seconds. They deal continuous high damage to anybody caught in the flames. Tear gas lingers for 80 seconds, dealing damage and lung injury effects. Players inside the gas will suffer continuous chest HP loss, as well as the lung injury effect, which reduces their max stamina. However, tear gas is not lethal on its own. These throwables don't deal damage, but they can create opportunities. When an M84 flashbang goes off, it produces a brief blinding effect on anybody looking at it, as well as temporary tinnitus. The stun grenade is similar to a flash, as it also briefly inflicts blindness on those looking at it. On top of that, it also makes a ton of noise. Even if somebody in range isn't looking directly at it, their ears will ring and their movement speed will be greatly reduced. The X5 decoy grenade is a special item that uses sound to mislead enemies. After deploying one, it will emit the sound of footsteps for 80 seconds, confusing your opponents. The M18 smoke grenade generates dense smoke that blocks vision over a large area. Militants and patrols won't fire through smoke. You can use this to cool off a situation, and even use the edges of the smoke as cover for shooting. After switching to a throwable and holding down the throw button, you'll see a translucent guide that represents the throw path. This line is not 100% accurate. You've been warned. Molotov cocktails and decoys take effect immediately upon landing, while other throwables have a delay before taking effect. They'll bounce and roll across surfaces depending on their momentum. You can switch between high and low throws. Before releasing the majority of throwables, you can tap the cancel throw button and the item will be retained. Some throwables, like explosives, flashbangs, and smokes have a special button, Cook Grenade. This releases the spoon and starts the detonation process, and you won't be able to cancel the throw and keep the item if you wait and then toss it after a few seconds. It's possible to create an explosion upon landing, giving the enemy no chance to take cover. Alright folks, that brings today's tutorial to a close. If you've got any tips or unique insights, you're welcome to share them in the comments. Until next time, peace!